We are back, and we are in the third and final game here in this series. Welcome back, Sean.
It's going to be on Derelict Watcher. This is a very tricky map for Terran versus Zerg. The open spaces you normally think it's going to be all up for the Zerg player to get the great flanks, but in reality, the Terran player has such nice avenues to drop that we oftentimes see the Terran players being able to pull ahead on this sort of map.
And I do believe we are going to actually remake this game. Anyway, it looks like someone had dropped at the very beginning of it. So.
Maybe not. Great. No, looks like game is good. We'll be hopping into it right now.
All right.
Series is tied 1-1. A lot of people thought that Demuslim was going to be smashing in this series, but God, Sasquatch just played so phenomenal in game 2.
Let's introduce our players in the southwest position as the Blue Zerg. From Team Complexity, give it up for Sasquatch.
And in the top right corner, one of the most well-known and beloved foreign players from Team Evil Geniuses, it is Demuslim.
I'm pretty sure Demuslim, although feeling confident at the end of that last match, said the word bugger as he was getting run over by that 200 Zerg army, because that's what he says when bad things happen in StarCraft 2. Bugger.
He's from England.
Yeah.
And he speaks with all such English craziness. He called a Band-Aid a plaster, and I fell to my knees and wept.
So immediately we're seeing a different opening here from Demuslim, the gas going down right after the barracks.
Yeah.
So we could possibly have a Reaper expand here, which of course...
I mean, it's like the same thing that you're seeing in the series between Dragon and Cats. I don't want any shenanigans. I'm just going to get the Reaper, which, you know, it's a scouting technique, but it's definitely going to prevent the Zerg player from doing anything dumb like going for 3 hatch and then gas and then getting 18 drones and then building a pool.
Exactly. Yeah, that Reaper would definitely be punishing as much as it possibly can. So the Rax is going to be finishing up. So what will Sasquatch be going for this time as we see the natural hatchery already down? Drone's going to go ahead and get out of there. There the Reaper is, first Reaper is on its way out while the orbital gets morphed. I cannot imagine, especially with the space between the natural and third, that Sasquatch could do something like that, and obviously he won't, because there we see the pool, then the gas.
Yeah, sort of a difficult map, definitely, to take that third too fast on, but you still can get it up at the more typical 6-minute timing. Now, Demuslim has 2 big options. One is to throw down a reactor pretty quickly and to go immediately for the factory. But more commonly we see players in Demuslim's shoes get the second Reaper, get the command center, then get the factory, and sort of have a 6 Hellion 2 Reaper contain and still go biomine. So this is going to be one of the most standard looking games. Sasquatch has really been the one pushing this to the non-standard side of things.
Hatch finishes up, pool is done. Not quite 100 gas yet for the Zerg player. That CC going down on the low ground, and this Overlord is eventually going to be seeing that. We're going to have a third Reaper. Is that third Reaper, or is that still second? No, second. My bad. Second Reaper is out, done. It's got the 100 gas. We'll be starting that factory soon, and there it goes down.
And will he actually get this drone? Well, this is pretty common defense to just make a building. If you can force your opponent to make too many expensive buildings, then you're actually doing equivalent drone damage. He's going to pick off these lanes, and this is a very nice little pickup here. A little bit overextended by Sasquatch, shouldn't have followed so far off creep. Now there's 2 Reapers in the main.
And actually he's been working on these Reapers so much he has not even used the initial energy on this Queen. There he finally gets an inject off.
Oh my God, at the natural expansion of Demuslim, 2 Zerglings are going to cancel construction of that command center. Oh my God, this is such a pain. This is, well, so far so good.
Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe we should go after this SCV. SCV comes off it. Now it's not quite done. It's going to try to get away. It's going to eventually get hit. We got the reactor finishing up right now. Can it hold out long enough? SCV actually gets away. And I think he'll be okay there.
Oh, Zergling didn't quite manage to get up. And Demuslim actually misclicking when he lands on the factory, so had to rearrange it a little bit there. So, I mean, we're seeing Demuslim nerves certainly getting to him.
Yeah, I had to pull all those Reapers back, and although the defense was starting to get a little bit thicker at Sasquatch's base with these Zerglings and the Queen in a better position, He is going to go back in for a later scout. There we have the CC done for Demuslim. I feel like that still could have been a lot worse than it was. Had those Zerglings gone after that building SCV immediately, it would be much later. But that third CC already went down for Demuslim.
You know, having your build messed up like that, though, especially for someone who is a player of Demuslim's caliber, I mean, that feels like sitting on a couch that has like a little tiny lump in it for hours. You know, you just feel it, and it's frustrating and annoying, and you can't watch TV as well and as focused. I mean, it's the sort of thing where Demuslim, we're going to see that ripple through the rest of his build order.
Well, right now he's just in the process of getting some additional Hellions out. In fact, he hasn't stopped his Hellion production yet. Stim is already underway. He's now starting Marine production as well. Currently the supply is 45 for Demuslim and 52 for the Zerg player, and now this small force is moving out. Now Zergling speed is done, but this is actually a very effective army without those roaches out on the field, and the Roach Warren is down, but only halfway done. 6 more Zerglings on the way, but I still kind of feel like this could do some potential damage. Queens and just a few Zerglings here to defend, so it should be okay.
Demuslim trying to find any angle he can. He's going to shoot at these queens. And their health is actually getting pretty low. That queen out at the front is about half health now, continuing to fire, trying to draw out lanes, trying to do guaranteed damage. A transfuse could happen. The queen could fall. Demuslim getting a little... Whoa, look at that control.
Very nice. That was beautiful. The queen stays alive, but the Zerglings are down, and eventually he's going to be able to push forward, probably kill both of these queen. Is he going to get this last one? Oh, he's going to get all of it, Sean. There go the Zerglings.
Oh,
Queen's going to go
Demuslim.
down. There's a fresh queen here, but the roaches come out right on time.
10 roaches coming out. Carapace coming up. What Sasquatch's next steps are all up to what that second Evo chamber researches. If it's going to be the +1 ranged attack, then it looks like we're going to see a big mass. Oh no, it's going to be Zerglings. So Sasquatch is going to be going late game.
Yep, trying to. He's got roaches trying to sneak past these Hellions. Hellions are going to react and get out of there. Third is up. It's undefended, but there's not a whole lot that Demuslim can do now with these roaches out in the field, unless he does like this, pulls them back and then takes it in. He can handle the Zerglings with what he has got. The roaches have committed. They're halfway across the map. If he can defend, he'll be in okay shape, and that's the question, Sean. Can he?
Gosh, he's producing Marauders one at a time, Marines 2 at a time, and he's gonna lift.
Oh my gosh!
He barely gets up. The Marines are nowhere to be found, and it looks like Sasquatch is not actually intending on doing any sort of Baneling bust. He's just adding on more gases. Baneling nest starting just now. Demuslim showing some clear signs of shakiness. The factory lifted up, told it to build a reactor, and then accidentally built the starport where he told the factory to land.
Oh. So he's going to be spitting out his medevacs much slower.
Tried to rearrange it, and then it just stayed floating in the air. So, I mean, sorts of things that aren't going to end the game right there. But, I mean, oh gosh, we're seeing +1 attack, and only just now +1 armors getting started for Demuslim. I mean, normally everything is crisp and clean and organized.
Macro hatch going down for Sasquatch. The Baneling nest is about to complete. Lair's done at the natural, but we're seeing the overlords and the units come out here. Is this going to be a moment where Sasquatch will try to commit to some sort of attack? The Spire's down too, but there is the burrow, and there is the Baneling speed, which is what tipped us off to what he did last time. Is he going to be going for that, for another one of those attacks? He tries to slip into the third here.
Moving in, trying to roast drones. Right now, these Hellions aren't going to have a lot of use. I mean, you're not going to stop the Zerg from spreading creep any much farther, so he's just going to try to pick off as many drones as he possibly can. Really got none in that position. And again, 14 minutes is when 2-2 should be done. If there is a typically constructed, oh God, oh, look at that.
Perfect.
There's units actually not mining gas. I mean, Demuslim is falling apart. I mean, it's going to be 13 minutes when his 1-1 finishes. 2-2 should be done a minute later. I mean, everything is so far behind for Demuslim.
Yeah, you're right. And his third is getting denied here with the creep and the 1 Ling. Now it's getting cleaned up as he's sending it over, but he still cannot land quite yet. Those 2 SCVs he actually reoccupied. There they go. They're starting to head off now. And he's going to move out with this bio, but You know, this is also that scary moment, similar to game 2, where we saw the Muslims sort of move out, and here this drop does get picked up. Bailings take out everything. One Marine survives. Put on the high ground, but it's not going to matter. Third finally, no, the third's still not dropped. I mean, you're right.
Oh my God, the third isn't landing. The third's not landing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sasquatch he has controlled this game both mentally and you know, physically.
I mean, taking these bases 4 and 5, that top left is definitely going to fall, but it is going to take up a little bit of time from Demuslim. Oh, he's not even going to scout that top side. I think Demuslim's starting to make a little too many assumptions. Third base has landed for Demuslim. He started the drop. His +2 attack is starting, but the Zerg is ahead in upgrades. If Demuslim can take this out, this will equalize a lot of the flubs he has made thus far in the game. And oh, that's getting low. It's getting low. It's getting low.
He's going to grab it.
See you later, third base.
And now if he goes back, he could potentially take that one out as well, and he's got to rebuild that third base. But the Muslim stops just in between the dead space between that fourth and the third. There he starts moving out again. Just taking a quick look at the vision. He's going to find it. He's probably going to be able to take it out. Meanwhile, Bioforce moving out. But again, that seems like a scary moment. The Mutas are moving over to try to intercept the drops, but that hatch is going to fall or at least be canceled.
The Muslim didn't want to mess around. He wanted to make sure that he picked that off, and it looks like he's going to try to stim, target fire some of these Mutas here. Nope, he's going to just fly out of there, redrop, and try to deal maximum damage to those Mutalisks. And look at this, he's actually target firing the hatch. Oh, and he kills it.
That was nice. So nice. Baited with the Mutas. The Lings were like, well, the Mutas got it, so I'm out of here. Ended up getting the actual kill. No cancel on that one, so, but I'm still all nervous about Demuslim moving out right over here with all of this force from Sasquatch. You know, that one moment where you've got, you know, the wall down and the Lings run by. There are no mines here.
Most of the mines are in the main base, and it looks like Demuslim's trying to bait those units up there. Sasquatch, it appears, sees those mines. I mean, Biomine is not a good defensive force. It's only good as an attacking army, and there's going to be no mines in the front. That means he's not going to have the opportunity to get big hits on those Banelings. He's not going to be able to get Sasquatch out of position. Sasquatch is going to be the one in control, and it looks like Sasquatch has decided now's the time to strike. The mines are nowhere near the battle. Most of them in the main base. Banelings do connect with the north side. The Sasquatch elects to pull back out.
Yeah, I mean, some great baiting there by Sasquatch. He lost a couple of Mutas, and then, of course, you know, any turns, like, they taste that blood and they want to go after him again. He used the betas, or excuse me, he used the Mutas to just basically bait them out into the middle of the field, and then, of course, once they were all spread out, that's when he went in for the attack. But now he's going out yet again, this time with the mines equipped, and I think that's essential to having success in these attacks.
Yeah, I mean, the mines are such big damage dealers. They defy, those Banelings. Those Banelings at the right are hatching. I think Sasquatch can do a lot of damage. The Muslim seems to have tunnel vision. He doesn't have enough focus to follow the mini-map, and there we see the SCVs moving in. But they're not moving out, and that's what they need to be doing.
Oh no, boom. That was a lot of SCVs, 15 to 16 SCVs going down right there. Meanwhile, the Muslim going, well, that was a pretty big loss. Oh, a Bailey landmine right there. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Sasquatch!
Oh my God!
With the big hit, rocking almost every Marine in that force. Only 3 remain. The Mutals could even go in there and clean everything up, but the Muslim is relying on pure biomine aggression. He's really pulling it together in what was almost the 11th hour of his game.
I mean, just an absolute perfect battling mine. The Muslim looked like he was only going to go over a little bit of it, but moved off to the side. And this is so much Zerg army right here. That what can he do? There are 5 mines right there, and getting hits would be crucial to this. There are there's one Overseer in the army.
Oh, wow. Oh,
if he could get these closer, there we go. 3 more going in. I think that's big.
Nice repositioning by Demuslim. Excellent decision by Sasquatch to let that fall.
Agreed.
We're starting to see a drop in the main base for Demuslim. Sasquatch, Demuslim even doing a drop at the third base, and the counterattack right now coming in for Sasquatch. There's almost too much action happening all over the screen. The mine hits do more damage to Demuslim's force than they do to the Zerg's force, and it looks like the third base is going to be ravaged. The main base is being ravaged.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the main base is being unattended to right now for Sasquatch, but that third is pretty much shut down at this point. He's also got the burrowed Lings as well. There's a few Banelings. Will he make a bust? The whole army has come back, but look inside the main. Another hatch falls, and he's going to get out of there before the Mutas finally go in for the attack. But now Ultras are out as well, so a new threat for Demuslim.
despite the fact that each player is killing off so many of the opponent's bases. 177 to 158. Does he remember about the mines? Oh, he eats it hard. I think he's giving those Mutos a lot of credit for being able to kill mines quick.
Yeah, and there's still one more, but it's there. He's not going to get it before it goes off, and more. There's going to be more coming. The Overseer, not out at the front of the pack. There, they finally get in there. Oh, you chose wisely.
And he's running back over the mine with the mine. Nice bait by Demuslim, rejoining with the rest of his forces, saving some of those mines.
And the third base has been reestablished. There's Zerglings over at the fourth, something that Demuslim wants to try to get back up. He's got a pretty good bio force, looking at 2-2 right now.
This is
+3 is about to finish.
Spawning pool has to be rebuilt for Sasquatch, which means he has to spend a little bit of time just waiting around and trying to get in a position where he can even replenish after an engagement. The gas is pretty low for Sasquatch. He's building 3 extra hatches. It looks like he's building the main macro, and wow, there's the pool finally done. No adrenal gland yet. +3 carapace going down there.
+3 armor never started for Demuslim either. He's about to finish his +3 attack, which of course would be helpful, but he didn't start that. So trying to deny this fourth base yet again, and he's moving in. I like this. Really zoning the Zerg to the edge of his creep and setting himself up to potentially fly in, take out that third, and then of course he can use this to backdoor that fourth, and that fourth, it just cannot be defended against. And here comes the army.
Oh my god, mine hits are substantial, but the Ultralisk count, look at how many Ultralisk Sasquatches stampeding the front with those mines, connecting with every one of them, with the splash damage being minimized by the enormous size of those Ultralisk. Demuslim brilliantly counter-dropping, but there's already a lot of units there. The drop at the third could be cleaned up by some Baneling, and it is going to be. It's so unclear who's winning or losing in this battle. Supplies would indicate that Sasquatch is the player behind, but he has such a huge army, and Demuslim takes out the south base.
Yeah, he does, and you know, like, he did a great job versus those Ultras. The Ultras actually split up, and here, this time, it's going to be a little tougher. So you do see them moving in position. Mines are nowhere near those, and those Terran units are so low. Gonna get a little bit of healing right here. How many Ultras do we have on the field right now? 9, 6 Roaches, 3 Mutas, and then the Lings are starting to pour out right now.
Oh my
14 Marauders, 37 Marines, and again, it's happened.
Oh man, I almost had a heart attack when I saw that those Zerglings burrowed. So they'd like unburrow and start nibbling away at the Marines, kill off the whole pack. 47 Harvesters to 43. Both players have mainly army supply. Looks like Infestors is going to be the follow-up choice for Sasquatch, who's still building a couple of Banelings here and there. A little bit of disorganization, but an insane game 3.
Oh, there are so many Widow Mines here.
Oh my god.
And here they go. Whole force moving forward.
Connect. Wow, Demuslim's mine placement. Too much. Demuslim losing his footing all at the start of the game, but his fundamentals pulling back together, holds off the final push. E.G. Demuslim advances to winners round 3.
And what was a pretty crazy game. Congratulations to Demuslim. (2-1) over Complexity Sasquatch.
Sasquatch playing a sensational series, showing some amazing builds and some great might in the TVZ matchup, but man, Demuslim, despite those early fumbles, really pulled it together. And there's so many players who prepare for a nice, neat build, but it's control and micro like this that allows you to win if you're falling behind. I mean, I can't count the number of times I've heard players say, yeah, I had a really nice build plan, it has a really cool timing attack, but then what happens? They get nervous, they mess up their build, and suddenly their window to win is gone.
Right.
Demuslim, though, control fundamentals and the dropping. The dropping was so good that game.
And I wanted to go back to that. You know, really, the kill in the base, and you mentioned the rebuild of the pool, that hurt him badly. You know, he had the final Ultralisk that he sort of needed for the army. What was missing is the padding for all of that. And with all those Widow Mines, you never want to run into. That had such a massive impact on the game. And of course, it was all while other attacks were happening around the map. And although you mentioned there were some points where Demuslim really kind of like struggling in some different areas. That third never getting down, the fourth having some problems. He still managed to overcome all of those problems and win the series.
So that does mean that Demuslim may get his wish to go up against his teammate Evil Genius's Suppy.
Yep.
And as if there was not already enough EG success thus far, and enough Evil Genius players on the stage, we got one more coming up for you after this. It's going to be Quantix Illusion going up against Evil Geniuses in Control.
I know you meant something.
Huh?
Mount?
Oh my God. How embarrassing.
That's okay. I've
Thank
messed
you.
up like 5 times today, Sean.
Well, wow.
My tally's a lot higher than yours, buddy. We'll be back in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, with our final match from MLG Spring Championship.